Mr. Morris Perez said something there. Yeah, we have become a silent nation. The National Drug Policy Draft Plan, whatever you want to call it, is worth the same paper that Nkanla was written on. It's worth nothing. We have been playing politics with our children's lives for too long. We think that it's another person's problem. But when people are there to help each other, they only want help on their terms. Our children are dying. Let's get that straight. Our children are dying, and there is no help out there for those who cannot afford it. It's become a rich man's enclave. Who are making the money today? The rich rehabs of 3 weeks and 6 week programs at 40 to 50,000 rand should be banned in this country. The drug dealer is the other one making the money. And who's in between is the pain of our children. The pain of our mothers and fathers, the pain of people who are burying people at an alarming rate. I talk from my own experience as where I come from. And then only then can I realize that without the grace of God, I would not be standing here. Without the grace of God and God's grace on our lives, we may as well roll up the carpet and go have lunch. There are people who do tremendous work in this field. People who go unseen in this field. But I don't believe it comes down to sponsoring in this field. I have sponsored myself for the last 10 years because my life depends on it. And other people's lives depend on it. I started RAEL 8 years ago, and it just happens to be this weekend that I celebrate 10 years of sobriety. I have been in the field for 45 years. I'm only 52. My dad was an alcoholic. I had the greatest role model. I saw what my dad did to my mother, and I love my dad. He's late today. And that should have been my warning. Anthony, stay away from the drink and the drugs. I was then fortunate enough to go to the murder and robbery unit, to the drug squad. And then I went on a course, ladies and gentlemen, that took me to Paulsmoor, St. Albans prison, homeless, slept on the streets for 14 months. And one day, 28th of June 2005, I decided enough was enough. But in the 17 years in between that, I destroyed my mother and father's life. I took them hostage, like today our children are taking our parents hostage. We need to take the gloves off. We can't allow politicians to play with our lives. I don't care if they're ANC, DA, whoever they are. I'm sitting here with me this morning is the Speaker of the Western Cape Parliament, son, who's in treatment at my centre. And she has come clean. Why does she come clean? To create the awareness that this does not discriminate. This doesn't care if we're black or white, rich or poor. But we cannot expect someone else to solve our problems. The mayor's drug line, ladies and gentlemen, I've gone on record on this, and I am on record on this, is a joke. You cannot say it's a 24-hour helpline. But the problem with our country, we don't want to stand up and say it because we may lose tenders, or we may lose friends, or we may lose something in our lives. If you've got a 24-hour drug line, use a 24-hour drug line. Have you tried to phone that 24 drug line? I have got a tape recording of it on various occasions, and it's misleading, but a vote catcher. Next year, I believe local elections will be run on the drug and crime and gangsterism issue. That will be the greatest vote catcher. I will build 50,000 more rehabs. I will have 40,000 more support groups. I will give 8.9 billion to this. You will not see it.
Exactly.
We need to stand up as civil society and say, we will take your place.
Yes.
We will clean our streets. But as that lady spoke before me, when you want to get a meeting organized, we're all too busy. How can we be too busy while our children are dying? When are we going to stand up and say, we put our children first?